What is up, guys? Ducksworth back again. I know it's a little later in the day for these to come out. I had some commitments this morning. And I had to watch my son. My girl had a doctor's appointment and stuff, so it's harder to work on and record when you got to hold a crying baby. But we're here and we're gonna get stuff. So some good Overwatch content. Here, let me fix this camera a little bit. I need a little less. There we go. So we're gonna get into some Overwatch content right now. I got another video coming out after this, which is the developers update. But right now, we're gonna get into the Kiriko origin story for Overwatch 2, and this is put out by the Play Overwatch channel. I'm gonna like it no matter what. So, you know, I like these things. It's gonna tell me her background and how she fits into the universe, and I like that. Because I think that Overwatch not only is good for the multiplayer game, but I think their universe is very rich for well-told stories, and they've done a good job with a lot of their cinematics and stuff like that. So hopefully it continues to go that way, and hopefully this is interesting, and we'll see what's up. Wow. All right.
For generations, my family has served and protected our city.
Have they?
By following traditional paths.
Oh, okay. So there's some Japanese.
My grandmother devoted herself to the fox spirit, who taught her the ancient way of healing.
Okay.
Whereas my mother has chosen the path of the blade, passing down time-honored skills through training and discipline. I knew each of them wanted me to follow her path, but I couldn't choose. Training quiets my mind and opens me to the Fox Spirit's guidance. And my bond with her lets me protect those who can't.
Hold up. Hold the phone. Oh, that's hilarious, guys. That's absolutely hilarious. Taking care of healing the raccoon they were beating up. They all laughing. And then she teleported and ready to whoop that ass. Yo, get the hell out of here. Let's go. Let's go. Oh. Hit the wrong button.
For themselves. They both made me feel whole. And they both felt like home. For generations, my family has served and protected our city by following traditional paths. Me? I made my own.
There you go. So that's her origin? That's crazy. That's her origin? That was short as hell. That was not, you know, that was not bad. I'm not going to say that was bad, but it wasn't great either. You know what I mean? It wasn't great either. I get it. They're trying to explain the character, but I hope they do a cinematic because for her, because she's interesting from that. She definitely is interesting, but like, I need more. I want more. How does she fit in it as well? I guess she's protecting her city, which is that other Japanese map. I forget the name of it. Not Hanamura, but the deathmatch map. That's her. That's the city she protects. I guess she's got a little gang of goons too. So I'd love to see a cinematic to see how all that shit kind of fits together currently. But we're gonna move on here, and we're gonna go to the developer update. Right here, developer update, which is basically them talking about Kiriko and stuff like that. So we'll see what this has to offer as well. So let's get into this.
Hey everyone, my name is Q Fang, and I'm the lead character concept artist on Overwatch 2.
Hi everyone, my name is Kyung-So Min, and I am an associate narrative designer on Overwatch 2. And today, we are here to talk about Kiriko, the newest support hero joining our roster.
Okay.
Kiriko grew up in Kanezaka, and she was raised by her mother and grandmother. Her family has ancestral ties to the Kanezaka shrine, which worships the fox spirit. Her grandmother taught Kiriko.
So the shrine worships the fox spirit, and her ancestors all got powers from the shrine, I guess, through the fox spirit, through whatever. Okay, that's kind of cool, I guess.
The responsibilities of taking care of the shrine, the importance of traditions, rituals, and community. Her mother, on the other hand, is a fierce ninja and believed in taking action, standing up for yourself, and fighting for what's right.
There you go.
You can see in Kiriko that she bridges these two sensibilities together, the traditional and the modern, the fighting and the healing.
There you go.
Kiriko is a strong, badass woman. She will do anything to protect her family and her community.
Looks like there
even if that
is
means
gonna
she has
be
to bend a few rules. She's a trickster, like the fox spirit.
Kiriko grew up alongside Hanzo and Genji. Her mother actually trained the Shimadas, and she was...
That is a cool little piece of information. So she actually is... She looks like she's younger, but is... Oh, that's Hanzo and Genji. The two other ones in the picture are Hanzo and Genji. Yeah, so she's younger than them, but she's training with them. That's cool. Oh, that is an awesome little tidbit. That's really, really cool. That really, really is.
Was especially close to Genji, since they both
makes sense.
On the mischievous
makes sense.
Yeah, like he would take her to the arcade in Hanamura, and
awesome.
They were definitely up to no good in and out of the Shimada castle.
Oh, so they were little troublemakers, weren't they?
Kiriko witnessed the fall of the Shimadas when she was young. The assassination of the Shimada clan head left a power vacuum within the community. A rival clan, the Hashimoto, took advantage of that and took over.
Oh, so the Shimadas don't even control Hanamura anymore. It's the Hashimoto clan that controls Hanamura. Okay. And that's why Hanzo's got to break in to pay his brother respects. I get it.
They terrorized the community, and Kiriko saw all these injustices firsthand, and they took her father as hostage.
Oh, Jesus.
To stop them, she joined a ragtag group of young women and men called the Yokai.
The Yokai.
And from all walks of life, they fight the Hashimoto and protect community members.
Wait, aren't they named after Japanese
with Kiriko's
demons
cunning
or
personality,
something?
they show that the youth of
Yokai?
Kanezaka should not be underestimated. So Kiriko was developed really with 5v5 in mind.
Okay.
She's high mobility, she's a single target hybrid healer. She is fast.
Before we get too far in this, I'll back this up. I really, actually, that gave me more on her backstory than the backstory video did. And I gotta say, I like her backstory. I like the fact that she's actually connected to Hanzo and Genji. So she probably at least knows about the fight between Hanzo and Genji. And that Genji's no longer around, neither Hanzo, but Genji was no longer around, so she probably knows what happened. Does she know if Genji's alive or not? Whatever, but they seem to have been childhood friends, so who knows? Maybe during the story as we get it next year with the hero missions and whatnot laid out, maybe we'll start to see Kiriko and Genji have interactions. So and they probably will have interactions within the game. Obviously, even in the multiplayer, there are voice lines that different characters have with each other when they have common histories. So we might get to see some of that as we go forward as well, and learn a little bit about the nature of their relationship in the present of the Overwatch timeline.
She can get to your little skirmishes, which happens a lot more often in 5v5 now, so she's super effective.
Yeah, and she's very much like another battle healer. You know, she's in the action, jumps in and out, not the kind of sit back and heal type of hero.
Shouldn't have put your head there.
Yeah, I think a lot of experienced players
Shouldn't
will
have
have
put your
fun with
head
her,
there.
and I think a lot of DPS players will love her.
Underestimated me, nah?
From day one, really, her Fox.
All right. I got to comment on what they just said. We think a lot of DPS players will love her, which tells me that she's going to be another in the right hands with good mechanics, Zenyatta type that can just smoke anybody if they hit their shots. So, with that in mind, I understand why 5v5 is really taxing on the old style of Overwatch healers, and because old school Overwatch, and you'll hear this a lot from a lot of the higher ranked streamers, the grandmasters, even the Overwatch League players, that it's very easy as a healer, and I've noticed this because I do play healer. I've noticed this a lot. It's very easy to sit back, like playing Ana, playing Zen, playing Mercy, even, sit behind shields, kind of take cover, and do your healing, right? In Overwatch 2, with less shields in the game, just by nature of one tank, but also less shields in the game overall, there's not as much cover for a healer. Positioning becomes very important. So to make a healer like this that can protect themselves and can be up in the fight if need be, and all that stuff, it really makes sense for 5v5, but we'll have to see how this kind of thing needs to be tuned and balanced going forward so that it doesn't become a must pick in a sense, or doesn't become you have to have this specific healer or you lose type of mentality. And that always doesn't happen, but it's a mentality. So we'll see how that is going forward. But I truly believe her kit is going to be one of them kits that is always going to be a plus on your team, just from the way it looks. But we'll find out. I might do healing once Overwatch 2 comes out, just to play the F out of Kiriko, because I think she's going to be super powerful and a game changer, in my opinion. We'll see how she feels when we get the hands on, though. So let's get back.
Was there in the design. It felt right. It fit the character visually, and
I mean, it does.
The fox was based on the Japanese inari, which is the fox spirit, and it's a
That's
guardian,
awesome.
Protector kind of spirit. In Japanese folklore, foxes are also known to represent cunning and smart, which matches Kiriko's personality as well.
Now I'm having fun.
Kiriko actually started as an ecology boss unit that was part of the ninja ecology. Her hairband and bandana kind of comes from classic depictions of ninjas in pop culture, and it's got a symbol on the top. It's basically the
so basically, what you are telling me is the bandana hairband fucking thing with the symbol is basically based off of Naruto. Ninjas in pop culture. Well, pop culture today is Naruto for when it comes to ninjas. So that's what that's based off of. Thanks, guy. I don't care. I think it looks great, but it's just funny that they couldn't really say Naruto, so they had to say pop culture.
For Kitsune, for fox, turn diagonal.
She actually looks like
cool.
she could be out of a
design
Naruto
had
in a
a
way.
giant shuriken with ball bearings in it, inspired by fidget spinners at the time, but we tried to maintain that as she became a support hero. However, learning from past mistakes when we tried to force a design and a concept together, we ended up just kind of retooling her to look more like a support hero.
Some
Not
of
just
the
look
old,
more like a support
some of the
hero.
new.
The giant.
So Kiriko's
shuriken
primary
makes no
ability
sense.
is the healing Ofuda. Ofudas are these paper talismans believed to be imbued with powers. When you do this ability, you see these Ofuda paper slips firing in two, and they home in on allies. They're a little slow, but you can use your ally teleport ability to offset that, or you can use the slowness in your advantage, and you can preemptively shoot them
Yep,
if
pre-heal.
you foresee that a teammate will
Okay,
need
we're going to
healing.
a fight. Let me
Her secondary fire is she throws out a kunai, and these are actually very fast in contrast to the Ofuda. There's low overall damage, but it crits for a ton of damage, right? So very, very powerful in the hands of an accurate player. And the idea here was to split her abilities thematically, having half of her abilities kind of be supportive with the healing Ofuda, and the other half is more about the offense and damage with the kunai. And this honors
so she's
the
hybrid healing
narrative
DPS.
Elements of her mother and grandmother.
Obviously.
Also, the first iteration of Genji had the kunai, so the team's really happy that we're bringing it back.
I am too, because kunai
One of her
and
abilities
shuriken
is the
are
ally teleport. She can
both
teleport
weapons
directly
for
to an
ninja.
ally. She can even teleport through walls. And the distance is pretty generous, so you can travel across maps pretty far and pretty quickly.
Jesus!
This makes her a
Wait,
great support
wait,
because she can get to her teammates quickly. And this makes her a can travel across maps pretty.
What is that distance, yo? What is this? Blocks are probably 5s. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95. So that's 100 basically to Genji.
Pretty far and pretty quick.
Yo, she can teleport 100 feet. That's, or meters, whatever the whatever. But that's still big. That's a long distance. Holy God. If my calculation's right, there's no metric to tell us how big these blocks are, but 4 meters. 4 meters. I see it right there by Genji's leg, right here. Right here by Genji's leg. You can see 4 meters. So that means if they were 5s, there's 20 of them. 4, that's 80. So she can target at least 80. At the max target range looks like 80 meters. Because those said 4 meters. So it looks like 80 meters is a max target range. Not bad. I was going to say that's a long distance. That might be pretty equal to Reaper. I'd have to look it up. We'll get the numbers once she comes out, whether it's through people in the workshop so they can do all the testing on it, or just they'll put them out in general. But we'll get the numbers after she's released. Guarantee that. But let's get back to the video.
Quickly. This makes her a great support because she can get to her teammates quickly and just provide the healing power that the team needs. Her second ability is called the Protection Suzu. Suzu are a small spell, and Kiriko throws them out, and it makes allies invulnerable briefly, and they also cleanse debuffs. This is great to combo with her teleport ability to quickly get in there and support a teammate. You can also.
So here's something that I was talking about with my son the other day. I think it was yesterday even. My 13-year-old, and he plays Overwatch. We were talking about Kiriko and that disability right here, the bomb. And one of the things I want to know, does the smoke bomb, when it cleanses movement, or it cleanses negative effects off of the characters it hits, when it does that, does it also, in a way, prevent you from taking those effects after the initial? So the question is, does it on hit remove, and then you can, and then right after Ash could blow up a dynamite, you can get set on fire again? Or does it prevent it during the duration as well? That's my question. Because I think that if it prevents it during the duration, and it lasts 8 seconds, that might be a little overpowered.
Also throw it down on yourself if you're in a sticky situation, and it kind of saves your hair. But it does have a long cooldown, so it requires good judgment and timing.
Sounds like a really good counter to Sleep Dart.
Yes, and Junker Queen's anti-heal.
私が守る
Her passive ability is the wall climb. She can scale walls like Genji and Hanzo. Because they train together, we just felt it was appropriate.
It is
So finally,
appropriate.
Kiriko's ultimate is called the Kitsune Rush. It's a huge buff that gives you a ton of movement speed, attack speed, reload speed, and also cooldown reduction on your abilities on all allies.
Fucking
affected.
insane.
Very, very powerful.
Insane. There's a reason I didn't go big screen on this, because I knew we were getting to this. And this is insane. So you said movement speed buff, cooldown reduction, attack speed buff. Okay, So you have to understand, there's two ways to buff damage in games like this. There is a direct damage buff, a la Mercy, a la Overwatch 1 Orisa and the Supercharger, a la the damage boost from Nano. So there's that way to just boost outright damage. You do a higher per shot damage, whatever it is, right? The other way to boost the character's damage is to boost their fire rate. And now there's two different concepts at play here. See, I come from the RPG world, so I understand the RPG mechanics at play here behind the scenes when it comes to health and damage boosts and buffs and debuffs and all this stuff. Okay, so there's two ways that this works. All right, so when you buff direct damage, you're buffing burst damage. You are basically saying, when I buff direct damage, say the character I'm playing does 20 damage per bullet, right? And I get a damage buff of 50% damage boost. So I'm just using this for round numbers as an example. So that's an extra 10 damage per shot. That's a burst buff, right? Whereas a speed increase is more of an overtime buff. Yes, you're doing the same amount of damage per shot, but you're doing more shots in less time. So it kind of creates the same effect, but it works in different ways. So that's your DPS buff. Your whatever. Anyways, I like the damage, not a direct damage buff. I like a damage speed buff, a attack speed buff in this situation, because what it does is it changes kind of how you have to think about where the damage is coming from. It puts a new wrinkle into who should be healed, because okay, a direct damage buff is a lot better at overcoming somebody with damage reduction, so like a Reinhardt with armor. More damage, that damage reduction, it's going to do more damage. Go! Out of the kitchen! So a direct damage buff is going to do better against targets with damage reduction, whereas a speed buff is going to be better against squishy targets because there's no damage reduction. So the damage buff against an armor target, it does. So damage buff against an armored target, you're getting more damage output because you're buffing the overall damage and it's reducing it from the higher damage point. Whereas you're doing more damage over time in attack speed buff, but it's still at the same damage rate, so it's lessening the damage. You see what I'm saying? There are different things when it comes to like an RPG, whatever. Now, this is not going to apply because I'm going to get that damage buff and I'm going to shoot at the Reinhardt if I need him to die either way. So, you know what I mean? Like, that doesn't matter. But it does put a wrinkle in. If I get that damage buff and they got 3 squishies and an armored target, if I get that attack speed buff, I want to try to target the squishies because I'm going to kill them. I'll be able, over the duration of that buff, kill multiple squishies or one armored tank if he's at full health. You see what I'm saying? So you kind of got to figure all that out. And I do like the attack speed buff better because if this effect lasts 10 seconds and it's boosting my attack speed, that means I'm putting out my max damage per clip, per magazine, per whatever my ammo count is. I'm putting out my max damage way faster, right? Then the max damage is going to come out with the regular damage buff. So I'm going to be able, during that duration to do more damage to more targets and get confirmed kills if I'm accurate than I would be with an overall damage buff. So I like the difference. You can use, damage. They're both good. They both come in different situations or are good for different things. So, oh, sorry, dude, I forgot to change my shirt. My bad, guys. My 2-month-old kind of spit up on me. I tried to clean it up. I should have changed my shirt, but I didn't. Oh well. All right, guys, we're gonna get back to the video. So I just wanted to talk about that for a minute because there's a lot of people, especially the lower ranks, that don't kind of understand the behind the scenes mechanic of how the game actually works, and that's something in a game like Overwatch that you need to kind of observe.
It's great for just kind of initiating an attack on an objective. And actually, originally it was just going to be the Fox, but found it kind of hard to track where the Fox was going. So the Torii gates were more done out of just, give you kind of a target and seeing where the Fox is going. But it just ended up also looking just absolutely beautiful.
Awesome. It looks absolutely awesome.
Kiriko is voiced by Sally Amaki. Sally did an amazing job bringing a cool girl energy to Kiriko. Her voice is cool and wry, and she has a wicked sense of humor that is dry as a desert. She really sounds like the lone wolf, cool girl that everyone at school respects. And I'm really looking forward to looking at the players' response at all of her digs, because she will take a dig at anyone. And especially the Genji and Hanzo conversations.
Oh, I can't wait.
Keep an ear out for those, because there's a lot of inside jokes,
there is.
history,
Okay, cool.
and humor there.
Cool.
And that about wraps it up for Kiriko. We can't wait for all of you to get a chance to play her.
Dude, I got chills, man. Why do I got chills on this?
All the rules.
This is the way Overwatch made me feel when it first came out, guys. Yes. So that right there was Kiriko. Oh my god, I cannot wait. She seems really cool, just in concept of character, whether it's abilities and how and background. All that seems like another spot on cool ass character being presented by Overwatch. Overwatch is one of those things that I say you could do a, dare I say, universe style movie. Look at all the characters you have here. Look at the way you can do it, and you could do it animated, so you could do anything you wanted within those movies. Oh my god, dude, that would be so cool. And you could you could do standalone movies, a story about Soldier, a story about Reaper, a story about Widow, a story about Kiriko, a story about Hanzo and Genji, a story about whatever, and then do ensemble movies where they come together to fight a threat within the world, whether it's Omnix, Talon, whatever. Oh my god, do you understand what they could do with that, just in telling stories outside of the game? The cinematics they made during the lifetime of Overwatch 1 to give characters backstories, like the Dragons and the Mei one, which I forget. Oops. Discord in the middle. Alright. But anyways, yeah, so all that will be all that would be cool, just the overall Overwatch storylines and whatnot. But anyways, so that was a more in-depth look at Kiriko from the devs, plus the backstory trailer, I guess you want to call it, for Kiriko. I cannot wait to get for October 4th to get here, so we can get a hands-on look at this character and see if she is all she seems cracked up to be. And with that, I'm going to end the video. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, comment. You know the drill. The thing that every Overwatch, every YouTuber, regardless of content they create, is going to ask you to do. You know the drill. Don't forget to do that shit. Help a brother out. And until I see you on the next one, have a great day.